It looks like the people are in an uproar over Cracker Barrel changing its logo. We're going to get off all into it here tonight, but I am Dave, your host, a 10-year intellectual property attorney dealing with everything from patents, trademarks, copyrights, as well as trade secrets. And I'm going to give a different perspective of why Cracker Barrel is not really stunning or worried about you guys' opinion on them kind of changing the logo. So again, I'm telling you, this is going to be different from what you guys have heard so far. So definitely stay tuned. Before I get off into my analysis and kind of what I think, and again, that different perspective, we're going to first hear, unless you've been living under the rock, in case you've been living under the rock and haven't heard what's been going on, we're going to play this short news clip from the article talking about what the uproar is about. Then, like I said, I'll come back to me and I'll give you guys my thoughts. Hey, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm as I'm kind of teeing this up, as well as hit that subscribe button to be a part of the IP community where, again, we talk everything intellectual property. So let's go. Let me make sure that is on the right speed. And let's see what this gentleman has to say about the uproar. Let's go.
Home-style cooking brings family together.
Cracker Barrel is known for its comfort, from its food to its country charm. Many finding it a throwback to a simpler time. But this morning, the company making another effort to look forward, unveiling a new logo that's causing a stir for loyal fans of the beloved Southern chain. Overhauling the iconic logo, missing Uncle Herschel.
Look, and I never knew that the guy had a name, to be honest with you. I always knew the name. I mean, the guy sitting in a rocking chair next to the barrel, and then obviously you have the word Cracker Barrel there. But I never knew that the gentleman's name was Uncle Herschel. Let me know in the comments if you guys knew that this gentleman had a name. And I've only been to Cracker Barrel a few times. The food isn't that bad. It's not like it's great enough for me to say, okay, let me go there. It's definitely a name. If I'm out in the country or in a remote location and I see it and I'm hungry, it's like, okay, let's go there. And I normally get like the cheese grits or cheese hash browns or something that's pretty good. But yeah, Uncle Herschel apparently is this guy's name. So let's continue on. It seems like they removed Uncle Herschel as well as the barrel. And that's
man in overalls who's been a fixture since the 1970s. And, well, the barrel. In its place, a simpler, more modern design, the company says, calls back to its 1960s.
So again, this is kind of the big portion of the uproar. They got rid of Uncle Herschel. They got rid of the barrel. They just kind of went with the Cracker Barrel. Just a pretty simple name, kind of black lettering and this kind of yellow box. Every time I went to Cracker Barrel, it's like an older crowd. So it makes sense that they're trying to get more modern and get hip to the more younger crowd, because every time I went in there, it was either older, like grandparents, and they had like their grandchildren. And that was pretty much it. You had kind of the old style where you can go buy artifacts and candy and things like that. But it's typically an older crowd in there. So it makes sense that they're trying to get more modernized, get a younger crowd as those old people going to, kind of going to the next phase in life. Let's go.
69 Roots. The rebrand is part of a $700 million transformation meant to bring in younger diners. But the change isn't sitting well with some diners.
This is terrible.
What happened to Grandpa?
Or the markets. Shares of Cracker Barrel plunged 12% Thursday, shedding $94 million in market value, one of the company's worst single-day declines in years. The redesign has also included revamped interiors.
We got all new lighting, new seating, new tables and chairs.
Dark wood and busy walls
out
in favor of lighter paint, clean lines, and farmhouse vibes. A move Cracker Barrel says is meant to feel lighter, brighter, and more welcoming. Its CEO outlining the changes last year.
Our goal is to take what people love about Cracker Barrel and open the aperture a little bit so that more people love Cracker Barrel. So we want to appeal to all generations.
But now it's even sparking political backlash, some calling the redesign woke, drawing critics like the president's son. The company says only 30 of its 660 stores are getting the full makeover. And despite the new branding, the iconic rocking chairs and gift shops are here to stay. Saying in a statement to the AP, our values haven't changed, and Uncle Herschel remains front and center in our restaurants and on our menu. With all restaurant chains hoping to attract younger customers in a difficult economy, Cracker Barrel stirring the pot.
I go into Cracker Barrel to go from 2025 to 1914. I ain't never asked for this.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch
that's pretty much it, man. So look again, my ultimate thoughts on this is why intellectual property is so important. You heard the gentleman talk about they have 600 plus stores, which I I mean, shouts out to Cracker Barrel for that. I didn't realize that they had that many stores. I think Cracker Barrel is a Michigan company. For those of you who don't know, I am in the Detroit metro area. I think I was looking at earlier when I was checking out their trademarks that it is a Michigan company. 600 plus stores is solid. But if you notice, out of those 600 stores, they are only rebranding 30 of those stores, kind of really like a test and experimental case, see the feedback and then go from there. And this is the importance of having trademarks because, yeah, they still own a trademark for Uncle Herschel, the barrel, and just that old style, and they're not going to get away with it or let that go. It's similar to like Twitter, where Elon Musk, everybody, obviously we know Twitter is X now, or X formerly known as Twitter. However, Elon Musk still has ownership of the Twitter logo as well as the Twitter name. He still has that trademark protected via a trademark. And this is going to be the same way with Cracker Barrel. They're not going to give up that old logo of Uncle Herschel as well as the barrel, and kind of that old stylized font. They're going to keep that just in case they want to go back, or they probably have some of the stores as that old kind of logo as well as some of the new stores of the new logo. Which is what is interesting is they obviously have the word Cracker Barrel trademark, but they don't have that new logo of the word Cracker Barrel in that kind of yellow box trademark. So who knows on whether or not they're going to trademark that new logo. Definitely, they still have the old logo trademark, and they're not going to get rid of that. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. But ultimately, this is the importance of owning intellectual property, owning trademarks. You can have a ton of trademarks, and to be honest with you, as I was going down a list of Cracker Barrel, they have hundreds of trademarks, so they have a ton of trademarks, and they can kind of play around with it. They can get new logos, new designs. They can go back to the old logos and the old designs as well. So again, they still have an opportunity to go back or kind of just change it up if they want to go back to or keep the old style if the new style is not well received. It looks like I said, they haven't filed a trademark on the new logo yet. So who knows if they're going to do that based on all this outrage. They may not do that. But all in all, man, Cracker Barrel really don't care. They kind of maybe lost a couple dollars in the interim, but I think long term is going to come back like it always does, or like things always does when you have that initial public outrage, and ultimately they own IP. So they still winning anyway. So that's my thoughts about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and then hit that subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully I was able to provide a different perspective that's not being talked about, namely the trademarks and the fact that, hey, they have all these trademark terms of the old and the new and the new and the old, and that they're going to be all right in the long term. And they can still go back to the old way if the woke or I guess the people, the masses are too much in an uproar. So those are my thoughts as a 10+ year intellectual property attorney. Hopefully it provided value to you guys. And like I always, protect that intellectual property. You guys enjoy this one. Peace.